Hi everyone, it's time for the weekly video. Now, I was wanting to delay this because there's a lot due through my letterbox over the next few days to a week. There's some good stuff coming, and it's stuff I'm looking forward to sharing with others who might enjoy seeing some of the real treats. But I don't want to leave you waiting too long. I don't want to leave it another week. I don't want to leave it in a few days. Who knows how reliable the mail services are for the things that are due to me. So, in the meantime, I have a couple of things. I don't think I mentioned this last week. I received this last week, Batman, the Batman Who Laughs Deluxe Edition. Again, I think I've mentioned before that I'm now enjoying diving into the world of comics and comic books because of the Marvel Universe app and the DC Infinite app. I subscribe to the higher tier for the DC app, which they were a bit sneaky with the way they did that. They launched, there was some good stuff on there, and then it became a sectioned, layered thing, and a lot of the titles were sort of locked away behind a higher tier. But I figured that's some of the stuff I want to read, because I'm pretty sure the Batman versus Aliens tales were locked in there somewhere. I think so. I think they have the some of the Dark Horse stuff. I think the I can't recall the word. It's not amalgamated. It's not consumed. But I think they took in some of the Dark Horse tales, or obviously with the crossover in Brand's properties, that's possibly why they're on there. Anyway, I'm making very slow progress on those, but I really particularly like the Marvel app. It's just a little bit cleaner and better, easier to keep track of, and I'm still, as I may have mentioned before, enjoying the classic Spider-Man tales. I started at the earliest issue I could find on there and going through the early adventures. They're very much focused on Peter Parker's teenage woes. They're very much focused on girl trouble and his problems from his peers and bullies around him. Everyone thinking he's acting aloof and just a bit too snotty to mingle with them, but really he's carrying the weight of the responsibility of being Spider-Man. It's yeah, it's all fun though. I think I'm up to, or almost up to, issue 40 there. Just slow progress, but now and again I'll just rattle through a couple, and I get to mark them on my Goodreads list. So that is that's good for bumping up my stats. I don't care. Reading is reading. So if I'm fitting in a comic book or two, I'll add that to my stats. No shame in my game. But my reading is continuing apace. Actually, I finished the Stephen King, Owen King book, Sleeping Beauties, recently, which I enjoyed, and I've started on a Jack Reacher. I'm going to try and alternate, so every other book is a Jack Reacher book until I read those, but books in between those will be more interesting, varied stuff, hopefully, although some stuff comes along that sort of demands my attention immediately because of me just being a fan or me being interested in a particular subject at that time. So I will go with that. Now, one more bit of postal movie-wise. I know a few of you picked this up. It is it's Columbia Noir number 6 from Indicator, but it is basically the Whistler set. When he whistles, someone dies. Columbia Noir number 6, the Whistler. This includes the Whistler, the Mark of the Whistler, the Power of the Whistler, Voice of the Whistler, Mysterious Intruder, Secret of the Whistler, The 13th Hour, and The Return of the Whistler. Not only that, but as you might expect with the box set, or the first edition, or the special edition, or the limited edition, really nice packed booklets, usual array of extras. I know you can't read those, I apologize, I'm just lifting them up there. Some really nice things in there with obviously commentary tracks, featurettes as usual, a couple of extra short movies on there, tying in with the series thematically or with people involved. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I think from what I've heard from other people, they're quite brisk, they're quite short on the runtime. Makes a nice change from everything that we watch nowadays. They could be just fun little thrillers, crime movies. I don't know, because I haven't watched them yet. I'm tempted to try and work my way through that before I go through any of the other noirs. I also ordered the World Noir Volume 2 from Radiance Films. They've got me suckered in now, and there's another one of their sets due shortly. You'll see it next week. What I've done, this was a bad idea, but on Letterboxd, I basically finally made use of the watch list feature. But what I did was I filtered everything that I own that I haven't watched since I started using Letterboxd. Doesn't mean I haven't watched them, but I haven't rated them on IMDb and Letterboxd since I've been watching stuff for the past, 12 years or so. So that left a good few thousand to be watched in this very room. And then I added titles from every list that I checked over the years, and that includes favourite podcasts that I listen to. If they have a list of every title they've covered, that's that. It includes stuff like, the IMDb Top 250. It includes, the people have made a list of the 1001 films to see before you die. I think there was a list of Guillermo del Toro's recommendations on Twitter. There might have been some Edgar Wright lists. Just so many. Fright Fest. Top ghost movies, top werewolf movies, Dr. AC, and the lists that feature the titles from both of his books that I was very grateful to be a small part of. Just a real mishmash of stuff. And my watch list, by doing this real quick filter and going through every page on each list, I think it went up to about 14,000 titles. So if I watch every one of those titles between now and hopefully I get to the age of 100, I might just be able to finish off that watch list, particularly if some billionaire wants to give me just let's say £500,000. I think that'll do, and I can just stay here 24/7 watching all my movies. So whenever you're ready, just just message me and I'll give you my bank account details, and we'll wait on the money going in. Anytime. Okay, I appreciate that's unlikely, but it does work well to give me something to focus on. And I will say that that watch list also includes my Looney Tunes collections and the Tom and Jerry set. It's all the shorts as well. So maybe I'll make more progress than it might suggest from the overwhelming number of titles. This week, I'm hoping to nip along to the cinema. It is coming up for our bank holiday weekend here in the UK. So they're at the end of their run, but if the timing works out, I might see The Fall Guy. I can't recall if Boy Kills World is showing us. I quite fancy this one. Animation is still going on my blog. I'll put the link below. It's a fun time, and I've seen a good mix of animated movies again this year. Maybe not as much of a mix as some people might prefer, because I did watch all of the SpongeBob SquarePants movies that were a fun time. I did watch the 3 Cars movies, and 2 is dire, but I enjoyed 1. I really like 3. And then there are the 2 Planes movies, which are spin-off from the Cars movie series. I've watched Planes. I will not be commenting on that at this time, but I will be gathering my thoughts before I review that on my blog. And there's a second Planes movie. Is it Planes Fire and Rescue? I want to say. So yeah, a lot of people say I want to make movies now that my children will enjoy or that my grandchildren will enjoy. With Planes, I couldn't help thinking Dane Cook has a main voice role in that, and he might be wanting to just have made movies at that time that his girlfriend would enjoy. Yeah, look that one up if you don't know about it. It's a little icky. Anyway, I'll leave you on that note of ickiness. As I said, there's good stuff coming this week. I hope to show off next week. So I've been a little bit at a loose thread this week and recently, because there hasn't been too much coming through the door in terms of movies. But I look forward to that Whistler set. If you've already got it, then let me know. If you've enjoyed any of the titles, if you've seen the movies before, please let me know. Let me know, is it worth just doing a binge at some point soon with Whistler movies? And yeah, drop me any hints on your favourite comics and comic books as well, particularly if you use the apps and if there's anything I can be looking at for there. That's it for now. I will see you next week.